everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it's time to take care of our level 45 warrior quest. Before we get started, I did want to show our hunting log because in the Sunday episode we just did, I was playing as warrior while we did side quests, and because we were fighting quest targets, it didn't show that they were also hunting log targets. So we actually did make progress on the hunting log on accident. The two enemies that we fought are Quartz Doblins, which can be found in Eastern Thanalan on the Burning Wall, or Northern Thanalan by the Amajina Mithril Mine, the abandoned Amajina Mithril Mine. The other enemy is the Dead Man's Moan, which is in Western Lenosia on the Isles of Umbra. Those are the only two enemies I fought on accident, so yep, that's basically all that was missed on accident. So let's begin. Curious Gorge, looking the part? What are we doing, Curious Gorge? Curious Gorge would send you searching for ancient relics. Welcome again, my friend. I was wondering when your travels would bring you back this way. It just so happens that I have some exciting news. I finally uncovered the clues pertaining to the whereabouts of the lost armor of my ancestors. As it turns out, after the fallen hero cast the 5 pieces from the mountaintop, 5 of his pupils set out to recover them, intending to restore their master's name. What is more, they were actually successful in this search. However, when it came to reuniting the set, the armor's great power began to work upon their minds, and not one could bring himself to relinquish his piece. Realizing then that their master's fatal pride was born of the artifact's combined influence, the pupils resolved to keep the pieces separate, and to share between the 5 the power that might otherwise have consumed one. Thus did each of them carve in his own place in history. The chronicles go on to say that years later, prior to death, each of the pupils returned to the scene of his own greatest victory, and buried the artifact in his possession in a final attempt to prevent any one warrior from holding the set. And it is there that the pieces still rest. You may be interested to know that the armor I wear is itself a replica of the set crafted by my ancestors, identical in all respects save for its lack of the arcane enchantments that adorn the original. I know what you might be thinking. If we were to bring the 5 pieces together once more, what would prevent us from being corrupted in the same fashion? Well, I've thought of that. What we need only do is trace the runes we find on the armor onto every piece of warrior gear. That way, there would be no need to worry about a single proud fool becoming drunk on his all-surpassing power, as every warrior in the realm would be possessed of the same might. It's quite brilliant if I do say so myself, so how about we split up and begin the search straight away? 3 of the locations seem quite self-evident. I would entrust the search there to you, while I track down the other 2 with helm in hand. One piece is said to be buried under the great rocks of Boulder Downs in Kurthis, while another slumbers peacefully at Camp Tranquil in the South Shroud. The last of the 3 rests untouched at Parada's Peace in Western Thanalan. Unearth those 3 relics and bring them to me. With any measure of fortune, I'll have tracked down the remaining 2 by the time of your return. Okay, hang on. I want to go back to his plan real quick. So he said, what would prevent them from corrupting us? Shoot, I'm going to need to actually expand that chat log. Shoot. I really want to go back and look at what he said because I'm going to be honest, his plan seems a little bit ridiculous. What we need to do is trace the runes we find on the armor onto every piece of warrior gear. That way there would be no need to worry about a single proud fool becoming drunk on his all-surpassing power. Really? Okay, so your plan is to just make everyone as overpowered and as corrupted by armor. You want every single person who wears warrior gear to be corrupted by power. That way no one is corrupted. I don't understand your logic, friend, but sure. Sure, let's go with this. Let's start at the Boulder Downs. Right up here in Kurthis. We are going to go ahead and cross the river to the west, coming from the North Shroud. And the Boulder Downs is over this way. Looks like we're just going to follow the river basically to its source, it seems. So let's head up that way, and while we're making our way over there, we've got Bias to take care of for our hunting log. Very nice. Good to see that we're right on path to take care of hunting log targets. I do appreciate that the level 45 does bring us right in the vicinity of so many hunting log targets. It's just so convenient. Saves a lot of time later on when we're going to wrap up and do cleanup, so I don't have to go and wander all over the place. I can just go to the few places the level 45 quests don't take us. Alright, how many did we need to hunt? I'm assuming probably 5 or 6. Let's check, actually. 5. Okay, that'll probably be the standard number for this set then. Alright, I'll take care of the rest of the 5 and be right back. Alright, that should be all 5. Yep, there's all 5, clearing out entry 45. Now let's continue up to the source of the river. Just gonna keep heading west. Not gonna worry about you mud puppies. And looks like that BS was the only target we had here in Kurthus, so we should be fine. Don't need to do any more hunting. We can just head on to the next destination once we get the armor piece. But seriously, I really don't think this plan is a good one. Seriously, what were you what are you thinking, Curious Gorge? This seems like a really dumb plan. I don't trust it. Okay, well, these mud puppies are deciding to be an issue, so let's deal with them. Alright, come on. All of you need to die already. Hi! Oh dear! Hi, Aturia! Looks like we got a beastie guarding the armor. Oh no! Didn't expect to kill it so quickly. Okay. Mud puppies were worse. Somehow. What do you mean it's still around? Where? What? Where is it? Oh, there you are. Did you just despawn? Is that what happened? Sure. Okay. I don't know what's happening here, but, sure. Let's roll with it. Oh, hey, at some point we got Shirk. That is a tank roll action, which allows us to take any aggro that is currently gathered on us and just give it to some other party member. It is an ability that you should not use except in specific situations. Shirk can be very good. Shirk can certainly be a very good ability, but misuse, it can cause a lot of problems. I'll explain Shirk when we get over to our next destination. Let's head over to Camp Tranquil. Alright, as we're heading towards South Shroud, towards Camp Tranquil, there are some hunt targets we can get on the way. Here in North Shroud, as we head out east from Fallgourd Float, we head north. We can head up towards the Proud Creek area where the Ixal are actually making a home. Well, specifically a logging grounds. If we make our way into those logging grounds, we can find Watch Wolves, of which we need to fight 3. It won't complete a hunting log entry, but it will contribute towards it, specifically towards entry 47. Alright, I'll take care of 3 Watch Wolves while I'm in the area, and then continue on the path towards the South Shroud. Alright, continuing towards South Shroud, we have another interruption for hunting logs. Heading from North Shroud to Central Shroud, south of Fallgourd Float. Right over here we can find the Spriggandig, which we were at recently for the main story. And down in the Spriggandig, we need to fight 1 Crater Golem in order to complete entry 43 of our hunting log. Yeah, 1 single enemy clears out an entire entry. A little much, but sure, I'll take it. I'll take the easy experience. And now let's keep heading towards South Shroud. Alright, made it to South Shroud, and before we head for that armor piece, we do have another target that we're going after for our hunt log. And that's going to take us southeast out of Quarry Mill. And into that tunnel just ahead. This is the tunnel leading us towards Earth's Gift, an area we have been to several times before for various job quests and hunting logs. And back here, we're going to be fighting 5 wild hogs to clear out entry 44 of our hunting log. Alright, went south from Quarry Mill through the Snake Molt area to reach the lake. I believe this is Roots Lake. Yep, Roots Lake. Camp Tranquil's just over there. And here we have the next piece of armor. Guarded by an Emerald Salamander. Hi, you're big. I'm gonna need you to be not alive, if that's okay with you. I kinda need this armor, you see? I was able to stop one of your attacks. Oh well. Alright, grab the armor. And that's gonna give us the gloves. Nice. A little bit more defense. Subsets look to be close to the, slightly better. Slightly better with 1 or 2 swapped out. Alright, now that we got that, next up we're heading to Western Thanalan for Parada's Peace. Got another detour on our way over to Western Thanalan, over here in Southern Thanalan. Just on my way over, and I could have used a Vesper Bay ticket, but oh well. But over here in Southern Thanalan, just past Little Alamigo, we're gonna head south into the southern half. And we're looking for, around Zanrock, iron tortoises, I believe it is? Yes, iron tortoises. We need to fight 2 iron tortoises in order to contribute towards entry 47 of our hunting log. Not too many, not too big of a detour. I could have just used a Vesper Bay ticket to just skip the entire trip, but oh well. Going on foot, it wasn't much of a detour. Let's see, we got bronze tortoises. There should be iron tortoises just beyond. There's one. But yeah, there should be plenty of them just kind of scattered around. No, that's bronze. Is there an iron up here? There's an iron. But yeah, there should be plenty of iron tortoises just kind of scattered around Zanrock. Like, all, like, literally. I'll show on the map after this. But literally just scattered all around, like, the base of Zanrock. Up to about, like, halfway up it. Yeah, just all the way around this loop here. Should be able to find plenty of iron tortoises. Right over here at Vesper Bay. We're going to be heading up north. Heading towards Parada's Peace up here through the caves. Just to the east of Cape Westwind, a Garlean outpost out here. Still don't like how close the Cape Westwind is to the Waking Sands. That's probably exactly where they attacked us from. Alright, heading through here, we should be able to find the armor without too much issue, and then there will be a hunt log target we go after we get the armor. Because it is right in this area as well. Okay, here we go, up in the far corner. That toad's gonna be an issue. Let's deal with it first. Oh, wait, hang on. It's way lower level than us, isn't it? Oh well, it's dead now. There's a toad that will actually maybe be slightly an issue. Oh, right, I never explained Shirk. That was my mistake. I'm so sorry about that. Shirk. Shirk is an ability which lets you take any aggro enemies have towards you and give it to a party member. You can't actually do it with, like, your Chocobo companion, but if it did... Oh my god, you actually can. Oh no. Oh, that's really funny. Let's grab this armor and then I'll show that working. So what Shirk does, yeah, it takes all the aggro enemies have towards you and lets you give it to a party member. Basically making the enemies target that party member instead. Oh, it's a 2-minute cooldown. As you can imagine, it's very good if you don't want to get attacked. It's very bad because basically the only person who should be getting attacked in your party is the tank. Where this is useful is when you get to 8-player content and you have 2 tanks in a party. If you're in a situation where maybe you playing the, quote, main tank, the one who's taking the most damage, are getting a little bit low on health and resources and defensive abilities, and you need to take a little bit of a break. Or maybe there's a mechanic that kind of like forces you to swap out with your backup tank, the secondary off tank. You can use Shirk to give all of your aggro to the off tank, the secondary tank, and have them take over as main tank for a bit. It's very handy for switching off roles like that when you have multiple tanks in the party. Unfortunately, some bad players, some really cruel and awful players, will actually use Shirk to punish party members they don't like. For anything from they don't think you're doing a good enough job, which is not a good reason to punish people ever, It's obviously it's best to play the best you can, but we're all just people doing our best. Sometimes you have an off day. Sometimes you're just not up to high level play, and that's fine. But like, some people will use Shirk to punish party members they don't like, and it's really messed up, and I hate that. I hate when people do that. Don't use Shirk to punish other party members. It is a dick move, and I'm pretty sure also technically against terms of service. Okay, so the enemy we're looking for up here is the 4th cohort Secutor. There we go, there's one of them. And we're gonna need to fight 5 in order to clear out entry 49 of our hunting log, so I'll take care of that, and I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, while I was doing this, Juniper hit max experience for their current rank. Which means we can feed you a Gizzle Green, sorry, not a Gizzle Green, a Thavnarian Onion. And you can now go up to rank 13. Okay, that is exciting. Let me see. I'm gonna real quick mark down that you hit rank 12. And let's see, what abilities do I want to teach you? We have 12 skill points. Let's go for increased HP, make you just a little bit more durable. Working towards getting that healer chain maxed out. Dang, all you have left is Chocobo Medica, which we'll get at the next rank. Nice. Okay, let's see. Increased HP is what I got. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'll keep working on ranking you up again. And I'm going to keep working on these hunt logs. Alright, Curious Gorge. I got the 3 armor pieces you knew about. How about the other 2? You find them? How fares your search, Satora? Have you found aught of my tribe's ancient relics? Should you have the 3 pieces of armor, don them and show them to me. I am already doing so. Satora, that you found the gear is most gratifying, but what I would truly fancy would be to see you in it. Wait, stand still for a moment. The armor so becomes you that I could not tell you had it on at first glance. But now I can have no doubt. I sense the power of the runes inscribed on each piece resonating with your soul crystal. This is the long-lost armor of the warrior. I, too, have found one of the relics, but I've run into an unexpected grub. When I donned the piece, I felt nothing, as if the lost treasure were no different from the unadorned replicas already in my possession. Whether the power has been lost to it or must needs be awakened by means yet unknown to me, this I cannot say. The ancient texts still hold many mysteries beyond my ability to decipher. But before I forget, I should mention to you that I did indeed track down another piece before I was waylaid by this current conundrum. You should find it sealed away at Red Mantis Falls. Red Mantis Falls, then? That'll actually be fairly nearby. That's over on the west half of this area. But really? The gear you found doesn't have any power. That's odd. That is certainly odd. Mine didn't have any issues with, like, working with me. It seems to be working just fine. I wonder what that's about. Alright, well, on to Red Mantis Falls, and then we'll have another quick detour for another hunting log entry before we get back to Curious Gorge. Alright, let's make our way out to the west, just directly west, and, oh, I guess slightly south. Just follow the river, really, and we'll get there just fine. Alright, there it is. Buried among the rocks. Oh, we're being attacked. Hello there, Red Mantis. I guess here at Red Mantis Falls, it's time for the Red Mantis to fall. I'm so sorry. Alright, let's take care of you. And now we can grab the chest. Alright, we get the helmet. Very nice. Alright, now let's get back to Curious Gorge, but first, before we do go talk to him, we do have a detour like I mentioned. one more hunting log target while we're in the area. We'll head back towards the docks, but instead of climbing onto the boat, we're going to head north past Wineport. And specifically, we're going to be heading all the way up over here to Castrum Occidens, one of the Garlean Castra here in Eorzea. We're going to be heading over to take care of 5 second cohort Laquariuses. There should be plenty lurking about the area, so let's see. We got Signifers, there's a Laquarius. Alright, I'll go ahead and take care of 5 in and out of the base, and then I'll meet you back with Curious Gorge, who is almost directly below us. We're like right above the Hidden Falls. Wonder if I can drop down. Probably not. Alright, Curious Gorge, I return. Got all the pieces of armor, and took care of a few Garleans while I was at it. I see your search was a fruitful one. I am pleased to say that I have also gleaned some insight into why the armor I found seems devoid of power. As I alluded to, the ancient warrior's armor derives its power from a concordance between the incantations engraved on the seal itself and the inner beast of the wearer. But my own resonance with the plating was too weak to allow a proper connection with it. And now I think I know why. My soul crystal. It once burned bright like yours, but since the event at Wineport it has been reduced to a lifeless husk. Why this happened I cannot say, but the tome is quite clear about what would happen were the powers of the armor to be bestowed upon one whose soul is weak. The inner beast would devour the mind of the wearer, who would go on a mindless rampage that would end only with the mercy of death. Yes, not unlike the crazed fiends we battled. I believe that the armor sensed my weakened state, foresaw the potential danger, and then knowingly shut off its powers to me. And I dare say we are fortunate that it did. I feel as though an apology is in order at this juncture. I must tell you I left this final piece of the armor where I found it. The breastplate, as the piece closest to the warrior's heart, has powers far greater and more dangerous than the other pieces. Uncertain as I was of the reason for my being unable to connect with the plate's mystical energy, I feared to take it would mean imperiling both myself and those around me. Your soul may burn stronger than mine, yet I still worry for your fate were you to put it on. Look deep within yourself, Satora, when you feel yourself ready, and only then come speak to me again. But I am ready. Curious Gorge would share with you the location of the final piece of relic armor. Nice. You would truly seek the ultimate relic of my people. The armor that could consume the very soul of the most puissant warrior. I still don't know how to pronounce that word. Very well, if you are truly convinced of your readiness, I will not be the one to stand in your way. But I beg of you, Satora, the moment you feel yourself losing control and your inner beast overcoming you, cast the armor aside. Cast it from the highest mountain or into the depths of the ocean, I care not. For once the beast consumes your soul, there is no going back. You will rage on, a monster, leaving naught but carnage in your wake. The realm will bleed and history will repeat itself. I cannot allow this to happen. No, my people have been shunned long enough. I would see the coming of a new age in which warriors protect the weak and are loved and admired by the people of the realm. My years of battle and sleepless nights spent poring over the ancient texts, all has been for this day. Brother, I know not where fate has led you, and yet I feel certain that, in spirit, you stand with me today. Together, we will restore the honor of our people. You must forgive my sentiments, Satora. As I said, this has been a long time coming. The breastplate you seek is in the highlands of Kurthus, at the spring they call the Weeping Saint. I will stay behind. The events at Wineport still weigh heavy on my heart. Alright, off to Kurthus then. Let's go get the final piece of armor. I think getting the full set might be unique to Warrior? At least in the level 45 quest, because normally you have to wait till level 50 to get the last piece. Alright, the Weeping Saint can be found in the far northeastern corner of Kurthus Central Highlands. To get there, we're going to take the northeast exit from Camp Dragonhead, head north towards the Steel Vigil, and just before we reach the Steel Vigil, we're going to take a turn off to the east in order to head up to the Weeping Saint. Alright. Here's the Steel Vigil. Now we can take our right turn. And we'll be there in just a minute or two. There it is. Nice big cave up here in this corner. Now, let's go find that piece of armor. It is way back in the corner, actually. And of course, it's being protected by... Hello, Bolthorn! Dang, you do actually have electricity running through your horns, it looks like, judging from that color. Alright, well, I'm sorry, but I need that piece of armor. So I'm gonna need you to either go away or perish. And you seem to have chosen the latter. Hand over the breastplate, Satora. After much wrestling with the thought, I simply cannot entrust such a relic to an outsider who may be overwhelmed by its power. I return now to Hidden Falls. If you would have words with me, then come. I will not run away. I mean, I certainly understand why. That is certainly not unreasonable, but have I not proven myself? Have I not proven myself capable? I've not been overwhelmed yet. There's been no sign of it, so... Alright, well, before we head back, we're going to take another detour for hunting logs, just because it's easiest to get to the place we're going from Kurthus, and we're in Kurthus, so... I'll meet you back nearish the entrance to the North Shroud. Alright, just north of the entrance to the North Shroud, we're going to be crossing the river to the west in order to head to a place called Mordona. We've been there multiple times, especially in the most recent hunting log episodes. We've been there for basically every hunting log. So this may not be unfamiliar. It is a place we'll be going in the main story soon enough. If I can not get stuck on rocks. But heading west across the first river, south across the second, we can head all the way south into Mordona down here, just the entrance being just west from the North Shroud entrance. And we can go find our target, just one target down in this area. We're going to be starting out in a place called Revenant's Toll. And let's see, we want to be heading all the way to the west down here in order to reach Castrum Sentry, the central castrum that Garlemald has here in Eorzea. Because our next target is going to be for entry number 46, 5th cohort Signifers. We need to fight 5 of them, but first we need to get there. The sky in this area is rather concerning. It's all purpley. It's gloom weather. I actually would be really interested to know what causes the gloom weather. There's probably an official explanation. I just haven't looked it up. Probably something to do with an overabundance of ether, possibly corrupted ether, since this is directly east of Cartano, which is right over here. Like, literally, Cartano is right over here, if I remember correctly. Oh, right! In this area, we can also wander into the Tangle and find Morbles, which is another hunt log target. We need to fight 2 of those. Yeah, it could be due to the fact that this is so close to Cartano. It could also be due to the fact that there's a giant crystalline structure called the Crystal Tower all the way down here. Which is, well, let's see, can we get a good look? There's a little bit much here in the way of cliffs, but... No, that's not it. That's not it. There's a giant crystalline structure here called the Crystal Tower, which just stretches up into the heavens. We're just in a bad spot for looking at it. But it would be roughly in that direction, I want to say. Oh, and hey, Morbles completed our entry number 42. Nice. But yeah, it's just a massive, massive crystalline structure. It could be interfering with things in the area. It's an interesting structure. We'll get into details about it eventually. For now, I need to go hunt some Garleans. Hello there, 5th cohort Signifers. I need to kill 5 of you, I believe it is. And then I'll meet you back at Hidden Falls with Curious Gorge to talk about the armor he took from us. Alright, Curious Gorge, I am back again. So, what's the plan with the chess piece? Satora, I am sorry. I did not mean for things to happen like this, but I had no choice. I have wrestled long and hard with the matter, but this is my decision. I cannot trust you with this power when I do not even trust myself. Okay, that's fair. That is extremely fair. Aye, that's right. I won't attempt to don the plate again either. Nor will anyone, not until I have proof that there is one with a will strong enough to withstand the beast's siren call. Peer deep within your soul, Satora. Peer into the eyes of the beast that stares back at you. Can you truly say that you can engage the monster in battle and emerge victorious? I shall return to the tome. If there are any answers to be found, they lie within those pages. In the meantime, continue your training, that you might find an answer of your own. Alright, and we get Steel Cyclone, which is our AoE equivalent of... I forget the name of the ability. But it's our AoE ability that uses our Beast Gauge. So we'll be able to set that in place. Finally have an AoE in that spot. Very good. Replacement for Inner Beast, yes. There we go. Awesome. Now, let's go finish up our hunting log for the day. Starting off with Outer Lenosia. Alright, to get to the part of Outer Lenosia we're going to, well, we could take either path to get there. But we're going to be heading via the Camp Bronze Lake route, heading north from Camp Bronze Lake in Upper Lenosia, just north of Wineport. We're going to head all the way up to the north end of Zelma's Run here, and that'll bring us out to Outer Lenosia. Once there, we're going to be making our way into the home of the kobolds at Ogomoro. Alright, here we are. Ugamaro mines are right over here, so we can go find ourselves 5 synthetic doblins. Synthetic kobolins, effectively. The kobolds are making their own koblin and doblin type creatures, which is very interesting. They also make their own artificial bombs, which are a type of void sense, which is... yeah. Kobolds have actually pretty impressive technology. When it comes to like creating creatures, like artificial creatures. The kobolds actually have some really cool technology. If a little bit concerning on the ethical front. I don't know how I feel about making a synthetic life like this, but hey, gives me hunting log targets, so hello synthetic doblin. I'll take care of 5, I believe, and then meet you over at, I believe, East Shroud. We'll have our last couple of targets. For our last 2 targets, we're going to be heading through Little Solace into the Sylphlins up north. And the first one we're going to come across is going to be Molted Z's, which should be just on the other side of this bridge, which we're going to need to fight 5 of. Let's see now. Molted Z's, I see one up ahead. I see plenty around here. Alright. Let's get hunting, just got to take care of 5, and then we'll head a little bit deeper in to find the other target. Alright, that should be all the Molted Z's done and out of the way, so next up we're going to continue heading north. Further into the Sylphlins, looking for Milkroot clusters. Looks like their coordinates are going to be 2316, so we're actually going to need to head up and then west. Oh, come on. I'm looking at the map and getting stuck on walls again. Good job, me. Yeah, we want to head north. And then we want to take a west turn somewhere up here. Ah, but there's also a fate going on, which brings the Milkroot clusters over to this area. But Milkroot clusters can be found by just following the path up to around here, I want to say. Or down there. But I am more than happy to take care of them down here. No, not Sylph-Seed size. Where are they? They should be here for the fates. Oh, Milkroot saplings. No. We want Milkroot clusters. Then I guess we are heading all the way in. Alright, all the way up here to the northwest. Then loop around towards the south. Head southwest, and we should be just about there. Milkroot saplings, but no clusters. Are they further in? Here we go, Milkroot clusters. Okay, now we can take care of them and finish up our hunting log. Alright, here we are. This should be our last Milkroot cluster and the last enemy on our warrior and marauder hunting log. Let's take you out. And there we are. All done. That should give us an achievement for finishing it all off. And that achievement's going to give us the Master Marauder's ring, which we'll be able to equip once we hit level 50. Alright, with that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, I think it's time for our level 45 ninja quest. I'll see everyone next time for that.